Well, Rich, who happens to be the executive in charge of our show, is a Vietnam vet. Back then, he was hit by shrapnel from a grenade, and he had a lot of it removed back then, but slowly over time, pieces of that grenade have been resurfacing to the top of his skin. So right now, he's in our procedure room with Dr. Orden and his partner, Dr. Chopra. They are going to remove the last piece of steel from his thigh. And Rich signs your paycheck, Dr. Orden. Have you thought twice about this procedure?
I forgot about that. You know what? It's too late now. We just made the cut. Rich has dealt with this a long time. We need to take care of this for him so he can move on and get this out of his life. You know, I can relate. I actually was drafted, but got out of it because I went to medical school. So I feel like I'm going back in time a little bit here, helping Rich with this.
And Rich, you've been completely numbed up, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he's doing real well, and I'll make sure he signs your paycheck, Travis.
So,
And his career as a leg model, I think, will be intact.
Wow. So Rich, you've just noticed over time that this shrapnel's been slowly spreading to the surface?
It's been visible for a couple of years, and then it just kept getting closer to the surface to the point where it was irritating me if I touched it or slept on my right side.
And you actually removed something by yourself, right, before?
Yeah, I had a piece of shrapnel that came forward on my out of my right knuckle and my index finger on my right hand. And I just decided I'd take it out with a razor blade and tweezers, and it ended up getting infected.
Well, this time Dr. Chopra and I had to team up on this because, you know, not only did he have that splinter, but he had an inflammatory foreign body reaction around. Let me get that a little bit more.
Yeah, good.
And right now you're just cauterizing any bleeding vessels.
Yep, so far so good.
And you didn't see anything more than just the one piece of shrapnel, right?
No, and I'm going to show you that in 1 second. Dr. Chopra is going to put some sutures in here. I'm going to take this specimen, and I'm going to put it here on the back table, and I'm going to show you. You can see that piece of shrapnel. I'm going to cut this out. There it is. Voila.
And Rich,
this is circa 1968. Thank you.
So Rich, is that like delivering a baby?
It's not quite like that, but it is a little bit traumatic. I've had this for a long time. The experience was a very traumatic experience for me, and you know it's amazing to see that.
That's an end of an era for you.
After I was wounded, they removed a lot of shrapnel out of both of my legs and my back and my right arm. And so there's just a few of these little pieces that didn't get taken out at that time that come to the surface.
Most foreign bodies, whether it's a small splinter, a piece of wood, in Rich's case, shrapnel, even bullets a lot of times will leave those in the patient because your body will form inflammation around that foreign body. Nothing happens, but in some cases, if something gets under your skin and you see redness, it's painful, it's irritated, any sort of pus comes out of it, then you've got to worry that it's infected and it needs to come out under professional guidance. As Rich said, he tried to use a razor blade on one on his knuckle and it ended up getting infected. I don't recommend that. But Rich, we appreciate you allowing the docs to take this one out. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
He's getting the Beverly Hills closure here. Nothing but the best.